Good afternoon, y'all. It is Andrea here at VW Family Farm. It's a beautiful day out here. I wanted to take you guys in the greenhouse. I've got some stuff I want to show you, and I want to just give you some updates on how it's going in there. It has exploded into literally a tropical paradise. So let's go. Look at the beauty in this place. One of my favorite places right now. I've got the green stalk in here, trying to give the strawberries a good start. So that's going pretty well. It's gonna take a bit. When you plant bare root strawberries, it's gonna be a bit before those do anything. But you can just see it is literally a tropical paradise in here. So that's a bit of what we have growing in here. I'm gonna actually go get Ben because I have a few things I want him to tell you about things that are going on in here that he can explain better than I can. But we have a massive, massive problem in here. We have got an ant problem.
So we've been battling ants in here for a few months now, and I have tried several different things out on here, trying to go as, I guess, organic as you can. They're mainly in the ground and in this bucket of rocks I've got for my grow beds. I've tried mixing up some grape jelly and some borax and mixing them together and putting it in a bowl in here and letting the ants come in there. That's not getting them. I've tried these Toro liquid ant killer bait traps. That's not killing them. I'll tell you one thing we have used at work in some of our electrical components is a cow fly tag. You put that in there. I put one in one of our components the other day at work, and it killed every one of the ants that it came in contact with, and I guess all the rest of them, it just ran out. So I may be resorting to something like that in here. I don't really want to, but these ants are actually killing our plants in here. So here a while back, Andrea had planted some of these cabbages and broccolis and cauliflowers, and they're killing them. I mean, they're eating the roots.
Yeah, they're killing them from the roots.
Right here. I mean, all of these were lively plants not too long ago. And you can see they're killing this one. I don't know what they're doing there, but anyway, you can see ants running around. They're eating the roots.
So up to this point, it's mainly been in that grow bed, but it's starting to move over to the bed that has the lemon tree in it and some cabbages. Let me show you that. I think that one's a goner.
Yep.
Yep.
And look at the lemon tree, and you can see them.
Oh dear, be careful,
Ooh.
be careful.
I stirred them up then, didn't I? Whew. These are them fly cow tags.
Hold this.
You got them biting you?
No, on my shoes.
Yep. Yep, they're all in the rocks right there. Oh, it's becoming an infestation. They biting? Andrea's getting eat up with ants. They're coming out of the ground. We're gonna have to figure something out.
Okay, bang them off my shoes and give me the shoes back.
We're gonna have to figure something out ASAP. This is gonna get out of hand.
We'll keep you posted on this ant situation. It's getting out of hand. And you can actually get ants in your garden outside, and especially in your raised beds. I've heard of people getting ants, and they'll kill your plants outside too. So if you've got some tried and true ant tips, let us know. Let the rest of the viewers know. But it's getting out of hand to where, like Ben was saying, you can't even hardly walk in here. So the Toro, which is the little liquid packets he showed you a while ago, that's always worked really well for us. It attracts them, and then they'll take it back to like their home. And we've not had a lot of ant problems in the house, but we have had some before, and those have always done the trick. But this just may be a little bit much. This is a major infestation. One thing to mention, and this is Ben's theory, and it really makes sense, fire ants are not necessarily attracted to sweets like regular black ants would be. So that's probably why the grape jelly and borax didn't work, and it's probably why the Toro is not working either. Normally, if we put that out in the house or anything, which we haven't had a ton of ant problems, but we have had some episodes, they will drink that and take it back to their home or whatever and eliminate the problem really quickly. They'll flock on it, and then they're just gone, and you think, what in the world? But they take it back, and it works like it's supposed to. But they're just not drinking this. They're not messing with it. And these do look like fire ants. They will tear you up if given the chance to crawl up your feet and legs. That's why a while ago threw my shoes off when I saw a couple of my feet. They are no joke.
So just like everybody else, we're starting all of our seeds, getting them sprouted, ready for spring. All of these seeds right here are tomatoes. We're growing them in our Hoss seed starting trays. We've got the water tray underneath it. We'll pour a little bit of water in there daily and let it soak up from the roots. And then also, I've got grow lights in here. We got these grow lights this year from Hoss. They're working out awesome. So some good tips for starting your own seeds. Have a grow light, have it real close to them. Have a fan blowing on them, just like it's creating wind. It makes them super strong. Down here is some of our peppers. All this here is kohlrabi, and then some Chinese cabbage. This is the start of our 2021 spring garden. So our setup, all of this came from Hoss. The seed starting trays, the watering trays, the heat mat, and a thermometer that when the soil temperature gets warm enough, it turns the heat mat off so we don't cook the plants. If you're interested in any of them products, Hoss has got a link down in our description below.
You can see we got another tray of sprouts over here. All our sprouts are looking really good. Super pleased how everything is growing, looking beautiful. So I thought while we were out here, you can see this massive patch of kale. I thought we would pick some of this, and then I'm going to show you one of my favorite things to do with it. Alright, that's quite a big bunch. I think that'll be enough for what we're going to do. Alright, first thing we're going to do is wash it. So we're going to kind of strip it off the stem because you don't want this. We're going to make kale chips, so you don't want this stalky stem in there. So this is real quick. Just do this for all of your pieces. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is wash them off really good. If you have a salad spinner, it'd be a great time to use it so you can get a lot of the water off after you rinse them. But you wanna get them good and clean. This thing is cheap from Walmart, but it works so great for salad and things like this because there's just a lot of things you want to spin the water out of after you do it. So I just mash them, get them all good and rinsed. These are not very dirty because they have been in the greenhouse, so if these were extremely dirty, you might want to change the water a time or two. Like you can see, my water's pretty clean. It's got a little tint to it just from the kale itself. But dump as much as you can off. Spin it however yours spins, get it good and drained. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna toss it with some olive oil and some good salt. And I'm actually gonna use this. My oil and my salt today is coming from Squisito's. Y'all know that's my favorite place for olive oils. I'll link her below too. If you remember, I went there a week or two ago and stocked up. So this stuff's pretty salty. So I don't think it'll take a ton. Salt just to your liking. I mean, depending on however much kale you have, just salt accordingly. Don't want to get it too salty, but you can see this is quite a bit of kale, so I'm gonna salt again just because I don't want it to be super bland either. And then I'm actually going to use some of the Squisito's garlic infused olive oil in this. I'm probably gonna start with about a tablespoon. I'm just gonna drizzle it around and then I'll toss it a bit to get it good and coated. You don't have to have a ton because you can think about when you cook greens how much they actually cook down. So these are gonna do the same thing. There's not gonna be near as much when we're done. So just get them kind of pulled apart and get some of that salt and olive oil on all of it. And that looks like that's gonna be plenty. And this was a bowl full. I might could have even got away with like 3/4 teaspoon or something like that. But that's gonna be great. Alright, so we were recently sent this dehydrator and I am going to try it out. It's a really nice one. You can get it off Amazon. It's the Elect Homes. I'm going to give it an honest try. It actually comes with quite a bit of stuff. I was pretty impressed by that. There's 8 of these stainless steel trays and it comes with these mesh screens. This is for small stuff that, like, kale chips get kind of fragile when they dry, so I'm going to use these mesh screens on here so that they don't just fall through. It also comes with 3 of these fruit roll sheets. These are for making like preserved fruit or like fruit roll-ups or something. I'm not going to use those today. But I am just simply going to take some handfuls. I left these in pretty big pieces on purpose because they're going to kind of crumble as they dry. That one's a bit big, but I'm going to kind of spread these out so that air can get to all of them. I'm probably going to try to do about every other tray because this is kind of bulky right now, but it's going to dry right down. So I'm going to kind of do that. I may come back later and spread them out more, but that's where I'm going to start. And we are chip fanatics around here. It's actually a pretty much terrible addiction. So this gives us that crunch and flavor, just a little crunchy snack. Now I'm not going to say that your brain's going to think, ooh, I'm eating potato chips, but it is a good little snack. So I actually got that on 3 trays, which is going to be good because I can spread them out. There's a lot of room in here. Like I said, 8 stainless steel trays, so that was quite a bit of room. Also comes with this, I guess if it gets hot enough you can use that. Usually dehydrators don't really get that hot, but that's a nice little thing that they threw in there. So I got this on my island that I push around all over my kitchen. I've got it like this because I don't like any kind of appliance, even a dehydrator, shoved up against my wall. It just gets too hot for my liking, so that's why I've got it like that. I'm gonna plug that in. Just like there was no exact science on the oil and the salt, that's gonna be based on what you're wanting to do. So I'm gonna put this on the herb setting, which is 165 degrees. I'm actually gonna increase the time. Probably gonna go about 12 hours. It may not take anywhere near that long, but that's where I'm gonna start. You don't push anything to start it, it just kicked itself on. It's gonna start heating up. I can hear the fan blowing in there, and it's actually a lot like really expensive dehydrators in that it's got a motor and a fan in the back that's gonna circulate the air. That to me is key to a good dehydrator, no matter how much you spend on it. I just had a lot of trouble over the years with the kind that the motor's on top. Those bottom trays just never dried like the top trays, and I spent just constant time just rearranging trays and things. So I do like that the motor's in the back on this, and I'll let you know how this turns out. It may be tomorrow, but I will show you before we end this video. All right, so this got done. It actually only took a few hours. It didn't take anywhere near 12 hours, and they're actually really tasty. I've already tried one. They did really well. I'm actually impressed with this dehydrator. These are pretty crunchy. You could go a little more, but I'm gonna stop because they're actually held together in pretty good sized pieces. If you over dry them, they'll just crumble like this to nothing. But the olive oil and the seasoning is a huge hit. I really like that garlic oil on them. That's really good. Gave them a good flavor, and that salt. So this company actually sent us a code for you guys. It's going to be down in the description. It's not any kind of necessarily code I could tell you very easily. So it'll be down there along with an Amazon link. And if you use that link, you get $10 off as well. You can use both of those together and get a pretty good deal on a great dehydrator. I'm actually pretty impressed and pleased with this thing. So I think it'd be a good all-around dehydrator for anybody. So thanks for hanging out in the greenhouse with me. You can see it's really exploding this time of year. It's a great place to be. It's full of awesome smells, and it's just a peaceful place to be. I hope you've had a great week and enjoy your weekend coming up. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, and God bless.